So which one is it? Is it Hurricane Melissa or is it Operation Popeye? Maybe a lot of you don't know what Operation Popeye is, right? A lot of you might not believe that they are seeding the clouds to cause flood in certain areas, because like I said, with war you need to know earth, air, water and fire. And this is something that they use also in the Vietnam War 1967, right? Because you can use it to flood certain areas, so you can have control over, especially like the trade routes. I know right now Venezuela have a pipeline, you know, with the Russian thing, right? So the real thing that they're not talking about is why all of this military presence in the Caribbean waters. What's happening in the Caribbean waters now? You know what a red herring is, right? So oil and minerals, all of these are red herrings. This is not the reason why these people are going to war. It's just like what happened with Iraq and all of these countries. What they did not want is, it was not about the mineral in the earth. They wanted to install Rothschild central bank in these countries, so they destabilize them and control them and install the bank. So now once they have control, once they have their banking system in your country, it does not matter who sits in that seat. So as long as there's a central bank in your country, those same families control your country. Doesn't matter who your prime minister or your president or your chancellor is. That's what this is about. And the last country they wanted to get was Iran. They can't get it. They tried to move through Syria to move closer to Iran, but they lost there because what? Russia went inside there. So America had to pack up all their military stuff, millions of dollars, and they just had to run. They not even could have saved their equipments. Those are millions of dollars. So what's happening in Venezuela right now? You think they care about the oil? Really? Russia. Alright, let me say this first. In the New Testament, it says, when you see Jerusalem compassed with soldiers, which was the Roman army, you need to run to the mountains. Right now, where Jerusalem is the place where the Hebrews dwell, and right now most of the Hebrews are over here in the Western world, right? So what happened is, this is not the Roman army this time. This is the hunters that are hunting the Roman army, right? So the hardest thing for them to do is win a battle on their own ground. You see, it's easy to go on foreign lands, to conquer foreign lands and win war over in foreign lands, but they've never been attacked in their own land. And this is what's happening. They have all of these military superpowers in their backyard. You understand? Venezuela has the Buck M2 system. Venezuela has the Buck M2 system from Russia. And what happens with Russia is, once they give you a military device or whatever, they're gonna have their soldiers there to help operate the system, right? So that's exactly what's happening, just like with Iran. So Russia is there, China is there, Iran is there. All of those superpowers are there in their backyard. They cannot afford that. This is why all this big military. You really think they need all these warships for cartels? Really? Come on, we saw what happened in Jamaica in 2010. That man has one of the biggest deal. He controls even the Central and South America. It was not just in England and America and Jamaica. That man he had many links. He controlled many different things. They don't care. They don't need all of these warships for that. Now they're in Trinidad. What do you think they're trying to do? They're scared. They're driving fear in the people, and they themselves are scared because they've never had to deal with what? Military powers in their backyard. And that's what this whole thing is about. So think about this so-called storm that's coming. You see, it's already justified already. What they say, every 37 years, Jamaica has a major hurricane. Well, I don't know beyond Gilbert, right? And I don't know about that history. But what I'm saying is, and I don't know who's there to prove that, to dig up 37 years before 1988 to see that major hurricane. But it's justified. So whatever they're doing with this hurricane that has been sitting out there very obedient for about 2 weeks, and all now we cannot reach Jamaica. Oh, it's traveling so slow. No, that sounds like something is controlled. They cannot pick up where the Russians are and what they're putting in Venezuela. That's the problem. America is in fear right now. Their currency is under threat, their economy is under threat because of the debt and everything. And if you want to know about any kingdom collapse, the first thing is always the economy. The military spending, the military things far away from home, all of that comes down in high expenses. And you know what happens? It goes into the citizens of the country. High interest rates and all of these things. Why you think cost of living is you can hardly afford cost of living now. You are being forced to do 2 or 3 jobs. You are being forced to do 2 or 3 jobs to keep up with what's going on. You're going into depression, everything you can think of. Because you're confused now, you're frustrated, you don't know what else to do, you don't know how to survive anymore. So first, this economy has to collapse first. And that's what's going to happen on the inside. Then what happens? Civil war, the place is going to be in confusion. And you cannot fight a war with outside forces when there's a disruption going on in your country. You will never win that war. And that's exactly what's happening to America. It's just like when, you know, they man them, when them grow on and then go at people yard and do whatever, they feel powerful because they are the hunters. But when soldier and police come and they become the hunted, the table turn. Right? So this is exactly what happened to America. They're out in the South China Sea. They're everywhere trying to contain communism. Now guess what? Communism is at the back door. Military presence is at their back door. What are they going to do? They're the ones living in fear now. Whenever America made their presence anywhere, it's about their interests, not about the people. It's just like some years ago, Obama came here, right? Why did he come? What was Obama's visit here? What was the purpose? You see, what people don't understand, Jamaica and Venezuela are like this in this oil business, right? When Jamaica was going through their crisis, Venezuela helped them, bailed us out, right? Obama came to sow a seed to turn us from Venezuela. I think they had a deal where I think Jamaica has 51% in the oil thing and Venezuela 49%, something of that sort. Venezuela going through their crisis, Jamaica turned their back on them. Why I think Jamaica is like the head of CARICOM? Because Jamaica and America is like this. Jamaica is a very key point in this whole Western thing. If you remember when the 1812 war with Britain and USA, they thought Britain was gonna attack them from Canada. No, they used Jamaica. So this is the only place that America cannot afford to lose in the Caribbean. They don't care about what's that place where the lady turned to she is now a Republican type of country. I don't remember that place, but they don't care about these things. Jamaica is a stronghold for America and they can't afford to lose it. Remember the Prime Minister visit China for about 9 days, you know, right? And then Al Tapia say, yo, he need to tell the people them, cause guess what, I know we don't know what in China go do. But some deal make, because China them get some land and something too. So some deal have to make. You understand? Then what happen now? We don't know what Donald Tapia, what Andrew Holness, what kind of conversation he have with the Americans them again now. Afterwards, Donald Tapia come back and say, yo, we and Jamaica is like this. You understand? We are friends from long time. That means that something again transpire. The Prime Minister still not come out and talk about all of these things. Jamaica citizens don't know. You understand? This reminds me of the movie Woman King, when after the women then come back from war and the people were cheering them on, and the lady was saying to the other lady, hey, look at these people. And she was saying, hey, they don't know when war is coming. This is where we are today, the citizens. We don't know when war is coming. We don't know anything about war. We're not equipped. We don't have any knowledge, anything about war. These people are prepared. If there's a little pan of water right there, you know what they do? They get some excavator and dig it out and put some fish there. They're leaving for survival. Look at us today. Preparing for a hurricane, what? Storming supermarkets, eating unalive food. Oh, we have a refrigerator now, so we can eat all of those things. Back then, how did you live? You have somebody come by, you just go on at the back, you slaughter a goat or a cow, or some birds, whatever it is, and you eat it fresh. The blood just draining out of it fresh. You understand? You store food for how much days because you have a refrigerator. We didn't do that. There's only one time we eat stored foods. And we have to go by the moon. So we do it on the 6th day. That's the only time we store foods. A fresh food we eat like the Chinese. Even though them eat all type of, but they get the point, they eat fresh foods. They rather go out there, so catch a bird, catch this. They ask the Jamaican, hey, catch some parbos, pay a $5,000, probably price gone up now, 8,000. You understand? But the real point is what's happening here with all these military presence is way bigger than what they're trying to put out. They're covering something. And this is not a war for minerals in the earth. This is a country under threat, under military threat. Because nobody has done this before. It's just like when Hannibal was entering into Rome, marching through the Alps. Who dare to go on Roman soil to make war with them? You have to be out of your mind to do that. Well, Putin is the new Hannibal, and America is a representation of Mother Rome. The war is coming home to the West. People, you can't go work enough to maintain cost of living. The only thing right now, gather food, plant food, have access to food. You understand? Because when hunger drives you to madness, it's a whole different thing. Unite, come together for a common purpose. Who have lands, do what you need to do. Lead a team, lead a tribe, lead a household, lead a community, and that's where the thing is. We have to prepare for what is to come. It is inevitable. Alright. And you have to know your tribes. We talk about certain things already. We have 2 different tribes of people in Jamaica. Know your tribe. Know your tribe. Because I tell you, so when the day come, everybody have to pick side. No matter what you identify as, you have to pick a side. Just like all the countries today have to pick a side. Either you're with Russia, either you're with the communists, or you're with the the American people. You have to pick a side, because these are the days where the loyalty is going to be tested. And most of the times, their way of testing loyalty is for you to betray your brother. That's how you keep friendship with Rome, which is today America. You have to betray your brother to prove your allegiance to the American empire. Just like you see Jamaica, they will have to betray all the members of the CARICOM just to be American favorite. And us as the citizen, we are the ones going to suffer the consequences. Because no matter what deal our Prime Minister make, you will never hear this in a press conference. As me say, we still don't know what he's doing in China. We still don't know what kind of conversation him and Donald Tapia them have. First thing, no military suit man is supposed to come down here and check no Prime Minister. You come down in a jacket suit. You understand? All of these flights and all of these things, 600 officials, high-end officials sit down in Venezuela right now. 2 from Russia, 200 from Iran, 200 from China. These people are in there. They're sitting in Venezuela. America don't know what's going on, and that's what driving the mind to madness. You know, when you're ignorant to something, you can't make sense of it because you don't have any evidence. The mind is trying to figure out. So what? Fear and panic sets in. I've said so much on this. It's like 15 minutes now. I gotta stop.
Looks like you forgot. Once again, how powerful you are.